On every object, if you look at any record, you find owner. Every record will have one of the user in the organization as a owner. He is the concerned person who is handling that particular record. Let us say I received an order. Now Kumar is the person who is the owner of that order. That means Kumar is responsible for handling that order and delivering the product. Now Wipro is an account. Satish is the owner. Satish is the employee from our company who is supposed to handle the business which is coming from the Wipro, or who is supposed to answer or support the people from the Wipro in case of any query. Every record will have one of the user as owner. Owner is one of the user who is holding the responsibility on this particular record. Now, owner will be a particular user. When I create, generally I will be the owner. When you create the record, you will be the owner. This is a general process. But when you make a call to call center, when I give a call to call center, always the call will not come to Satish. The call will go to the team. Whoever is free in the team, the call will go to the team. Whoever is free in the team, the concerned person will handle the call. Am I right? So what is that? Here, when the call comes, they are submitting the call to group of people. Now, they are sharing the workload commonly. Whoever is free or whoever is, whose turn is to handle this record, they will handle it. Now, you went to the Capital Info solution to the front desk viewer. When you went to the front desk, now there are 4 counselors sitting there. When you go there, always Shravana, Ramesh or Monica will not give a counseling. When you go there, whoever is free, they will give the counseling for you. Now, when an inquiry comes, now out of the 4 counselors whom we have, whoever is free, they will answer your questions. Now, when a student comes, always it's not A or B or C or D who will answer your query. When you go there, out of the 4 members, whoever is free, they start handling it. So what was that? We want a group of people to share the workload and handle the record. We want a group of people to share the workload and work on it. Then what we do? We create those group of users as one queue. So when you assign to the queue, that means you are assigning to a team. Now in the team, any one of the person says, I will hold the responsibility on this record. So what he will do? He will convert the record from the team to his name. Initially, I will assign to the team. When I assign to the team, one of the team members says, I will handle this record, convert this record onto his name. Are you getting my point? So what was the queue? When you want a group of people to handle the responsibility, they want to collaborate and handle the responsibility. So look at the format: setup, administer, manage users, setup, administer, manage users. So what we have? Queue is a group of users to manage a shared workload more effectively. Group of users are collaborating and sharing the workload collaboratively. Now, generally, when do you assign to a team? If you assign to me, I am the responsible. If you assign the record to Satish, Satish is the responsible person. But you are not straight away assigning, we are holding it in a queue. Boss, let me add it to the queue. From the queue, let the people take and add on their names. Are you getting my point? When you make a call to customer care, your call is in hold. Or all our executives are busy. Now it is in the holding state. Now any one of the executive, disconnect the call, existing call, then it is routed to the particular customer agent. Are you getting? So it's a queue is like a waiting state for you. Then I am creating here live queue or result queue. Corporate queue. corporate lead. Now what happened? Look at this. I created a queue. In the queue, who are the members? Satish, student, all the people whose role is clerk, all the people whose role is HR manager. Are you getting my point here? Once again, setup, administer, manage users, queues, personality. You want to give a separate dedicated email address, you can give it. On which object you want to create? Customer, lead. I want to say customer lead. If you observe this, why there is no payment? Why there is no loan? Why there is no loan? It is a child using master detail, right? It doesn't have any owner. So whichever the record which has a owner, only on those objects I can create. So I told customer and lead. Who are the members of this? I told Divya, Satish, all the users whose role is HR manager.
खाना रिकॉर्डिंग चालू है तो आई कैन कम इन इट तो जम जाएगा तो बुला
Please mute your mic, Amma. Anwar, please mute your mic. Anwar, mute your mic. So we have created this. Now, what was the queue? Let me give you. It's a group of users. Who share the workload. The next. One of the member in the queue. One of the member in the queue is the same. One of the member in the queue will reassign. One of the member in the queue will reassign the record to. Queue is like a members of the queue. Who are the members of the queue? User, particular role, role and subordinate, user, role and subordinate. Who can be the members of the queue? A particular user, role and subordinate, or a public. Navigation, setup, Manage users. Setup, administer, manage users, queue, choose the objects, choose the objects, choose the users, queue name, enter the queue email, choose the objects, choose the users. Same. The same if you go to Lightning. Administration, users, queue, then the rest of the process is same. Setup, administration, users, queue. This is how we are taking. I hope you are good with this. People have taken this. Setup, administer, manage users, queue, new queue. In the Lightning also we have setup, administration, users, queue, new queue. The navigation process is here. Now, we have, let us take an example. We have a concept called assignment rules. Because we need to take a combination of all these assignment rules. What are these assignment rules? Why we are going to take this? What are these assignment rules and why we want to take this? Let us understand this concept. Assignment rules. What are these assignment rules? Generally, when you create the record, you will be the owner of the record. When I create the record, I will be the owner of the record. But according to our business process, owner should be decided as per the rules. Now, you are a customer care agent. I made a call to the customer care. I told I have this problem. Customer care agent registered the problem. When he registered the problem, he should not be the owner. He is only the person who created it. Now, who should be the owner? Owner is the responsible person to handle this. Now, when I raise a complaint and say, boss, there's some mistake in the billing on the credit card, what you send me, the credit card bill, there is a mistake. I want it to be rectified. Now, customer care agent cannot deal with the financial things. Now, what he will do? The complaint, he will register a complaint. He will route the complaint to the corresponding financial team. Now, who should be the owner of the record? The financial team should be the owner of the record. Now, in all the cases, person who created may not be a owner. But generally, what is the standard process followed here? whoever is creating the record, he is becoming the owner of the record. But according to my business, I have a set of guidelines which will decide who should be the owner of the record. Now let us say I am getting an inquiry from Hyderabad. Then I want to assign this to Hyderabad team. I am getting an inquiry from Bangalore. I have to assign to the Bangalore team. Now what is that? Depends upon the location. I am deciding who should be the owner. If I am getting an inquiry from the Texas, now the manager of the Texas should be the corresponding person to whom I have to assign the record. Now, owner of the record should be identified based on the guidelines what I am giving. By default, when you create a record, record will be assigned to the same person who created the record. If I create, I am the owner. Now you made a call to customer care. They say press 1 to prepaid, press 2 to postpaid. When you press on 1, it will go to prepaid department. When you press on 2, it will go to postpaid department. So based on your input, they are routing the request to the source. Now you have some issue with the financial, press 3. They'll divert this one to the financial team. Now what they are doing, based on the category, you are a postpaid customer, send to X team, prepaid customer, send to Y team. You have an issue with the data services, press 3. They are directing to another. Are you getting my point here? Are you getting? So there are different teams. Depends upon my rules, they are sending this record to the corresponding team. What are those rules called? Assignment rules. Assignment rules are nothing but set of business rules which will decide who should be the owner of the record. Who should be made as the owner of the record. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now, assignment rule. This will specify generally the user who created the record will be the owner of the record. If you want, if you have any business tools, you should decide then we create those rules as if you have business rules which will decide the owner of the record, then we create those rules as assignment rules. Assignment rules are available only on lead and case objects. On other objects, we have to use automation techniques like triggers and process builder. So the concept of assignment rules will run only on lead and a case object. On rest of the objects, if you want to assign the owner of the record based on your business rules, then we have to achieve this by using a concept of triggers and process builder. So we have declarative concept of assigning the owner only on lead and case. On other objects, we need to use some automations like triggers or process builder to assign the owner of the record. Assign the owner of the record based on your business rules. Right. So let us take an example. Navigation. Setup. Leads. Now, same thing I'll go with lightning. People practice more on lightning boss. Down the line, people will use more of lightning. So what is the assignment rules? Go to setup. Go to feature settings. Then we have lead assignment rules. Now go to this. Find out where are the feature settings here. Platform.
Under platform.
Feature settings. In the feature settings, where is our marketing? For the marketing, we have lead assignment rules. Marketing, campaign influence, lead assignment rules. Here we're giving it. So let me give you. Setup. Platform. Platform tools, feature settings, marketing, feature settings, marketing, lead assignment tools, the navigation. Once it is done, the procedure is same. Now what is the procedure? Let me go to classic and show the navigation. Setup, build, customize, leads, lead assignment tools. New. Based on the city I am giving, open the city rule, new rule. First this rule will be verified. If this is true, it will not check the second rule. If the first rule is true, it will not check the second rule. If city equal Hyderabad, SA, user or queue. Owner of the record can be a user or a queue. Only these two. Corporate team. Assign the corporate team as owner. New rule. City equals to Bangalore. Personal team. We have created this. Now go to the lead. Then at the bottom we have assign using active assignment tools. Email cannot be blank. There is a validation rule. Now, who is the owner of the record here? There was a city here. Value of city. Go back and check it out. Then I'm giving value of the city equal to Hyderabad. Now, there's some rules running at the back, and I guess assign using active assignment tools. See, when I select it, then who is the owner of the team? Corporate team. Who is the person who logged in? Satish. Satish created the record, but owner is assigned as corporate team. Because we have decided the rules, based on the rule, the owner will be decided. Now who is the owner? A Q is the owner. Who is the owner? Q is the owner. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now I am making the changes here. If Bangalore personal team is the owner. Okay. Enter the rule name. Enter the order number. Specify the rule. So here I will give it. So go back to this. I'll just create everything from the beginning. Try to understand this. Setup, build, customize, leads, lead assignment tools. New rule name. Activate. That's what I'm assigning here. Then go to this new rule name. Open the city rules. Rule entries. Order. City equals to Hyderabad. Then choose the owner of the record. If we enable this, the owner cannot be modified. If we enable this, the owner cannot be modified. So go back to this. Enter order number. Enter criteria. criteria city equal to Hyderabad. Enter the criteria. Fourth one, specify who should be the choose. Then step 2, enter criteria. This is how we again just test it out, create a new record and test it out. Right, boss? City as Hyderabad and enable the assign the owner checkbox. At the bottom there will be a checkbox. If you don't enable, the rules will not run. Right? So this is how we are creating. This is available only on which objects? Lead and case object. Now what is the concept? If you want a group of people to be a owner on a record, we create those group of people as a queue on a particular object. On this object, this is the queue. On this object, this queue can be a owner. Create a queue, choose the objects and choose the list of user. So this queue can be owner on this particular object. When the queue is owner, all the members of the queue will be the owner of the record. I hope you're good. Clear for everyone? Okay. Then let us go to the next concept, which is called public group. What is a public group? I'll just give a quick example here also.
Satish, can I ask a question now?
Yeah.
Okay, the first question is, can we create queues only for master detail relationship objects
Master.
only?
Exactly, because only when the owner is there, I can choose the queue as the owner. In the master detail,
Okay.
on the detail, there is no field called owner. So obviously, I cannot manually assign it.
Okay, got it. And while coming to assignment rules, I can create only for on a lead and case objects, right?
Exactly.
Okay, thank you so much.
When you continue this example with assignment rules, you will get the queues also. Right. Next concept what we have is public group. What is this public group? Public group is also almost similar to a queue concept, slightly different usage. Now, I can only use queue to make a group of people as a owner. Queue concept is used only when you want to make a group of people as a owner. I cannot use concept of queue anywhere else. Concept of queue will be used only to assign group of people as a owner. Concept of queue will be used only to assign group of people as a owner. Concept of queue will be used only to assign group of people as a owner. Concept of queue will be used only to assign group of users as a owner. Now, if I want to send an email to group of people, what will you do? If I want to share a record with a group of people, what will you do? So there, queue cannot be used. So what is the purpose of queue? What is the purpose of queue? What is the purpose of the queue? Now, queue is to make a group of people as a owner on a record. In rest of the concept, wherever I want a group of people to be referred, I want to send an email to a group of people. I want to share a record with a group of people. Any one of this group of people can submit the record. Any one of this group of people can accept the record. So wherever I have a concept of group of people involved, I will go for a public group. Only to make group of people as owner, I will use queue. Queue concept will be used only to make group of people as a owner. Queue concept will be used only to make a group of people as a owner. In rest all the concept, group of people will be used with the concept of public group. Look at the concept of public group. Who will create this public group? Administrator. If other than administrator, anyone else create, it is called private group. Look at this. Setup, administer, manage users, public. It is a set of users. Right. Set of users. Generally who belongs to one entity or who belongs to one. Now I want to have a set of users working for the ICS application. List of users who are in the HR department. Now I want to make a group of users. Let us say here I have then who are the members of this group? HR managers and below them. Right. The group of users wrapped under one name. Right. Let me give you this. No, let me show the navigation in the lightning also. Users. Rest all the things are common. Set of members of the queue. The user. User role is subordinate. We can use this public group Sunday to share a record Navigation. This is how we create.
Can we see this thing in the related list?
No. Now this public group is not for a specific object. Public list is not for a specific object. This is generally a group in the entire application. Queue is specific to an object, whereas a public group is not with respect to any object. It's common.
Then how will you find out whether a particular object have a queue and public group?
See, again I repeat. Public group is not specific to object. It is available for entire organization. When I create a public group, it's by default available for everything in the organization. When you say queue, it is only available for specific object on which we created. Now, when you have got a queue, when you are assigning a queue, go to the record, click on the owner. When you try to change the owner, you will find out. Right. Now, see, you are speaking in terms of end user. I'm a business customer. I know who will be who can be assigned as a owner. I'm not a layman who will be working on the business. I'm a manager who is working on a business application. Now I was trying to tell what will be used here. I was trying to tell what is used here. If you are a developer, you see the navigations. Go to the queue and see what are the list of queues available. If you are an end user, you are already trying to tell what will be there on this object. What is the business process and what will be there, you will be already trained on it. If you are a developer, go to the navigation and find out what queues are there. Are you getting my point? If you are a developer, you have a navigation to this. If I am an end user, I will not have a navigation to this, but I was trained on what is the business process. Right? I cannot be a manager on this application. I'm a manager, I'm an end user. When I say I'm a manager, I'm an end user. I was already trained what will be there and what. If I'm a developer, I can go to the navigation and find out what is available here. Right, boss? I hope I answered your query.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Now, let us go to this one. So we are done with queue and public group assignment rules. I have given assignment rule only on lead. You can also try on case. How can you try it on case? Setup, build, okay, customize. You have taken lead. Instead of lead, you take case assignment rule. Okay. Now, the reason for going for these topics is because we are trying to understand the security model. We are trying to understand the security model. When you are trying to understand the security model, let us see. When you are trying to get the security model, what was the first one? Object level security. If we can, if we can, if we can, if we can, okay, if we can see the object, then I'll be seeing records. If you can see the record, you can see the field. First, if you are able to see the table, then I will ask you which records you can see. If you are able to see the record, then I'll ask you which fields in the record you can see. If you can see the field, then I'll ask you what you can perform it. So what is a security model? When you want to discuss about the data security model, first I should ask you which tables you are able to see. What you can perform on the table. If I can tell you which objects you can see, what you can perform on the object, then we discuss about which records in the table are visible to you. If you are able to see the record, I will tell what you can perform. Then if you are able to see the record, I will discuss about the field. So what is the data model security? Object level, record level, field level. Object level, record level, field level. This is the order of your security model. So first let us start with the object level security. Object level security. First, object level security is maintained, controlled by profile, object level security is controlled by profile and permission set. Object level permissions are controlled by profile or by permission set. What user can perform, you can see. What operations you can perform are controlled by at the profile level. We have read, create, edit, use. Modify all data. So at the profile level, we have read, create, edit, delete, view all, modify all permissions on an object. And also we have modify all data, view all data on entire database. So to understand this, first let me give you an example. I will log in like any one of the specific user. So what is your student account? we will discuss the first point. Now, customize application I have removed actually. Course object. Now, what you are able to see on the course object? Go to the profile. Student profile. Edit. Okay. Now here, scroll down. I have course object. I remove the options. I removed everything on the course object. When I removed everything on the course object, in the profile level, I have removed the permission. What was that? Acha, I was missing something here. Okay. Now, go to this. What we are finding here? Course object. If you look at this, there is no course object visible here because I removed the permission here. I removed the permission here. So again, go back. Go to profile. Edit. Now in the profile, whatever the permission you are giving, based on that only we are getting. I gave a read access. You are able to see the course, but there is no option of, we give a course, there is no new option. But I can only see existing records. I can see existing record, but I was not getting an option of edit or delete or create. Again, go to the profile. Create, edit, delete. You're getting a new button. You're getting an edit button, delete button. So what I can perform on the object is control at a profile level. Suppose not only this object. Now we have here modify all, view all. When I say modify all, irrespective of anything, irrespective of all your permission, if I give enable this, you can see every record. Irrespective of any restriction, you can see any record. If I enable this, irrespective of any restriction or anything, you will be able to perform create, edit, delete, transfer, everything you are able to perform. This is only on this object. Now you want to dominate all the permissions and give complete access on the object, then we give modify all. No, I want to give on complete database, not only on this object. Not only on this object. Not only on this object. I want to see all the objects. Then we go for manage all data. Sorry, what was that? Modify. If I enable this, all the objects in the database will be visible to you. You can perform every operation on every object. This will dominate everything. On entire database, modify all data. Only on a particular object, go to that object and give modify all data. Modify all is on that particular object. Modify all data is on every object in the database. Right. So object level permissions are control letter. Now look at this. I give only read permission on the object. On the object, what permission I give? Read permission. Now all the users, whoever is having this profile, they will be able to see this object, but they cannot perform any operation on this object. All the users with this profile, they can only see this, but they will not be able to perform any operation. But now what I want to say, for a specific user, I want to give extra permission. Now there are 3 people with the same profile. Course object. On the course object, I told only read permission. On the course object, we have read permission. So all the 3 people will be able to perform only read operation. But for Kiran, I want to give extra permission of edit and delete also. To the Kiran, I want to give extra permission of edit and delete. Then what will you do? If I make a modification on the profile, it will impact every user in the profile. Now I cannot make a changes on the profile. If I make a changes on the profile, every user who has this profile, they will get the permission. I don't want to give the permission to every user. I want to give permission to only this specific user. Then what I will do? Here I have a concept of permission set. What is a permission set? If you want to give any extra set of permission to any specific user, we will create those permissions as permission set and assign them. Now for whom I want to give edit and delete? Only for Kiran. So what I will do, go to this, go to permission sets, new permission set, permissions. Now for which license you want to give? You want to give this permission set to everyone or for a specific license? I can say for a specific license or I can say for everyone. It's up to your choice. I can say for everyone or for a specific license. Why I am giving for a specific license? Now if I want to give a permission only for those users who have Salesforce license, then I have to specify only for Salesforce license people. Now let us take. I am giving this permission only for Salesforce license. Then go to the object. Then go to the course object. Now let us take course object. In the course object, edit. Then what I told? Develop. Read, create, edit. I give this permission. I created a permission set on the course object, guaranteeing some extra access. Now go to the user. Scroll down. Permission set. Edit assignment. Course permission. course permission. Then go back to the person. Previously I gave only profile level. What permission I give? In the profile level, what is the permission of the course I give? Go to this profile, student. I give only the. But if you go to the person, course, you got a new, you're able to get edit delete. How we are getting this extra permission? By using permission set. Did you get my point? If you want to give any extra set of permissions, we will go for permission set. So what is the concept of permission set? If you want to give say any additional permissions for a specific, if you want to assign any extra set of permission for a specific user, if you want to assign any extra set of permission for a specific user, then we use permission set. We can assign apart from what user is getting. We can assign additional permissions apart from the user, apart from what user is getting through profile. Then steps to create. Administer, manage users, permission set. Step 1, so this is navigation. I'll just try to create one example. Create a course object. Student read access on.
Satish, can I apply it on standard objects also?
We can apply it. Then create a course permission. Go to object settings. Choose course. Grant. Read. Grant. Read, create, edit, delete access on. Assign this permission set. You have. How do you assign? Navigation to assign the permission set. Setup. Setup, administer, manage users. Right. So object level permissions are now controlled at what level? Profile level and object level. Now when you are going for this, how we manage this? Look at the point. Now I have a group of people. All these people belongs to one group. Let's say these are sales managers. Now I told on an object you should have read, edit, this is how the people require a permission. So what I will do, now what is the common permission we have? Read and edit. So in the profile, on an object I'll give read, on a profile, on an object I'll give read and edit. Then I'll create permission set 1. In this, on the object I'll give create permission. I'll create permission set 2. I'll say permission set 1, permission set 2. Now this permission set I'll give to this person. This permission set I'll give to this person. So whatever the common permissions are there, that I will define at profile level. What are the extra permissions we require? We give it. Now in the all the permissions of the Salesforce, first we give the minimum permission. Extra permissions are given to different concepts. We will not restrict anywhere. We only give minimum permission, grant additional permissions to other people. We will not decrease the permission. So we have to give minimum, then enhance it with the extra topics. I hope you are good. We will not restrict anywhere. We will only enhance the permissions. I hope you are good with this. So object level security is maintained at profile level and permission set. At the profile level, we define what the user has to perform. If you want to give any specific extra permission to a specific user, I will go with the permission set. This is all about object level security. Now we need to understand the people, whoever is having a Salesforce platform license, they will not be able to access CRM objects. Whoever is the user who is having a Salesforce platform license, they will not be able to access CRM objects like account, contact, case, opportunity, lead. So if you are trying to, because you have only 5 licenses for your practice and only 2 of them are Salesforce licenses. So if you want to check the rules for more than one user, then try to work on the custom object. Somebody is asking in the previous, why you have taken a custom object? Why you have taken a custom object? Why don't we apply on a standard object? Yes, we can do it on the standard object, but when you are working on the trial account, because you people are working on the trial account, you have only 2 Salesforce licenses. So only those 2 people will have access to standard CRM objects. Rest of the 3 people will not have access to CRM objects. That is the reason I have taken a custom object. If I take a custom object, all the 5 people will have an access. We can control the permissions on the object for 5 users. We can practice more with respect to users. Did you get my point? If I am doing an example on the standard object, only the 2 users who have the Salesforce license, only with respect to them I can control the permission. If I take a custom object, it is visible to 2 Salesforce people, 3 platform people. I can practice my examples with respect to 5 users. That is the reason I was insisting on custom object. I hope you are good. Right. Any other queries from your end?
Satish, is there read-only access